Hi Capricorn, welcome to April. This is Teresa from Tarot by T, and I'm getting ready to do your April Love TarotScope. And before I do that, I want to just ring in some bells, bring in some good energy. And create sacred space around this reading. And I want to say thank you for liking and subscribing to my channel, and thank you for all the wonderful comments. And also thank you for those of you who have ordered readings. I really appreciate your business and I am happy to serve you. Okay, and let's see what's coming up for Capricorn in the month of April. What does Capricorn need to know about love in April? What does Capricorn need to know about love in April? May only the highest forces be present at this reading to ensure that the truth be told. The Hangman, the Tower, the King of Pentacles, the Five of Wands, the Nine of Cups, the Queen of Cups, the King of Cups, the Star, the Death card, and the Seven of Pentacles. Okay, so the Hangman. The Hangman talks about giving something up for something better. Right now you're in a state of, in April you're going to feel like you're in a state of limbo, or you have been, where you feel like nothing is moving, and that's probably because of all the Venus retrograde and the Mercury retrograde. It's really not a time for action, but it's really more of a time for planning. But you're also going to be waking up to some realities, because the Tower here, the Tower represents seeing the truth. And once you see the truth, this truth will set you free. And it's going to set you on a path that's going to lead to the fulfillment of a dream. So with the Hangman, the message of the Hangman is learning to see things from a different perspective. Sometimes the Hangman can represent being the scapegoat. So there could be something that comes up in April where you feel like you're being the scapegoat. Maybe in a relationship, someone's blaming you for everything. You know, it's your fault that this is happening. It's your fault that that's happening. Or you're just going to finally see the truth about someone that you're close to. Whether it's a relationship, a love relationship, or even a career situation, or some life situation. The Tower usually represents truth. And with that truth comes changes. You're really in the mood to make some major changes. You are going through a transition where, especially because Capricorns right now, you have Pluto in your sign. And Pluto represents breakdown and rebuilding. It's really the Tower energy. So you're going to be breaking down whatever is false in your life. Whatever doesn't work, whatever doesn't fit, you're going to break it down so that you can rebuild in a better direction. So that could operate in many ways. It can operate in you leaving a job for something better, leaving a relationship that's just not working, and moving on to something better. And it may feel like a sacrifice. Sometimes with the Hangman, it always feels like you're giving up something you really don't want to give up. But it's just more of I'm afraid of change. It really depends on how much, and you also have the Death card here, which doesn't mean death, but it does mean ending a cycle, starting a new cycle, clearing out the old, preparing for the new. it's a transition. So April is it, and you have the star in this reading, which I'm actually going ahead. I usually go linear, but you have a lot of positive cards. So I feel like you're ending a cycle that doesn't fit. That's just not working. Or you're waking up to your power, and you're waking up to what path you should be on. And so and to make these changes, to reach this star, you have to make a lot of change. And it's almost like you're rebuilding your life from the ground up. So the Tower it's really not a bad card. It looks ominous because it represents major change. And some people are afraid of change. The Tower could be like, I quit my job and I move to a new location, or I start a new business, or I leave one relationship, start a new relationship. And so whenever there's major change, it's kind of scary because we feel insecure when we're going through change. It's about restructuring. I have to make changes in my life. I have to restructure. Where do I devote my energy? To get where I want to go, it's going to involve a lot of effort and a lot of change, and that can be scary. But not to a Capricorn, because even though Capricorn, as an earth sign, you're concerned with security, Capricorns know they're not afraid of hard work, and they're not afraid to do the work to get where they want to go. So they have what it takes to do what's necessary to achieve their goals. Whereas other signs would quit at the first sign of trouble, a Capricorn will hang in there and keep working until they get where they want to go. So in the past, you have this King of Pentacles. So that could represent some situation that revolves around money or real estate. Maybe you're thinking about moving, or buying property, or just changing your residence in some way. Or something happens that totally turns your life around. And it doesn't have to be a negative thing. It could be a positive thing, too. The Tower, it just means that your life is going to change in a dramatic way. So it could be, you win the lottery. Or whatever it is, it's going to free you. It's a freeing energy. It's freeing you from being on a stagnant path, so that you can embrace a more authentic path. King of Pentacles in the past can represent an earth sign. It could be Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. This could be a romantic relationship, or it could just be just someone that you're dealing with, or that you have dealt with in the past. And this energy is concerned about security and family. So this could also, sometimes the court cards don't represent people, but they represent qualities within us. So it might have been that in the past, your focus was on security and having a family, and having a home, building a business, whatever it is. So you might have embarked on a new business in the past. Maybe you've been working at a business, on the side while you're working at a full-time job. And there's been competition. The Five of Wands represents not seeing eye to eye, people that just can't work together. So if you're in a relationship, maybe you're dealing with someone that you're pulling in different directions. You're not seeing eye to eye. You don't have the same goals. And so that can affect your relationship in some way if you're not on the same page. If it's a career situation, you could be working in an environment where it's like every man for himself. There's no teamwork. But I feel like that's in the past, and I think that you're coming into a better scene. I think this was the past. This conflict and this petty, arguing over petty stuff is fading. It's passing. Because up in the future, you have the Nine of Cups and the Queen of Cups. So you might be dealing, Nine of Cups is a wish fulfillment card. And the Star is a dream fulfilled. So you have this vision, you have this dream of what you want your life to be and where you want to go. And you know it's going to involve major change. And it could involve maybe doing something different than what you've been doing. Maybe you're going to be connecting with someone that represents, you have the Queen of Cups here and the King of Cups. So you might be working with water signs. You might be dealing with someone who is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. But these people are going to help you achieve your goal. So in a relationship situation, you might be walking away from an earth sign, moving toward a water sign. And sometimes the Queen of Cups can represent, trusting your intuition. It's a person who's very psychic, intuitive, compassionate. You may decide to change careers where you're doing something that's evolved, that's more healing, like a healing profession, or art, either art or healing, or intuitive guidance, counseling. Or where you're working with people, you're taking care of people. So I think that these people can be important to you. This person, this queen, is going to help you in some way achieve a dream or a goal. It's also suggesting that you should tap into your own intuition, because things are going to be kind of crazy with the Tower energy. You're going to feel like the dust is flying and you're not sure where it's going to land. So you have to fly by your intuition. It's kind of like flying in the night in a cloud and you can't see where you're going. But you're going to wind up okay. Now here you have the King of Cups in your fear sector. So this is a person who has very deep feelings. So you might be, maybe you're hiding your emotions, or you're hiding your feelings, or you're not dealing with your feelings about this person. There might be someone around you that you care about, but you don't want to face that, or you're not sure if this relationship could work. So you could be dealing with someone who's very sensitive, very imaginative, someone who gets their feelings hurt. You have to be careful how you talk to them. They could have they could have problems with drinking or drugs. Not so much, I'm not saying like major problems, but they like to escape. They can't deal with reality, so sometimes they live in a fantasy world. And they can use alcohol or drugs as a way of escaping, the harsh reality of life. And you might be worried about this person. There might be someone in your life that you're concerned about. Maybe you think they're drinking too much, or they're taking, doing drugs or something, and you're concerned that they're not, that they might get themselves in trouble in some way. Or you feel like you can't count on them because they're too impressionable. But this person, they have a dream, and you have a dream. The star represents, wish fulfillment. And if you're dealing with a person, this represents their feelings. So they have this vision of the future. And maybe you think that it's a little bit unrealistic. But they have their eyes on the star. They want to achieve something. And they can do it. So you have to Capricorns have a tendency to be a little bit on the negative side. Negative thinking. Don't get locked into negative thinking. Think more positive. But you are coming up to major change because you have the Death card here in your wish fulfillment. It's kind of like you're clearing out you're ending one cycle and you're getting ready to start a new cycle. And this new cycle is going to bring you closer to fulfilling a dream. It doesn't mean death. It just means that things are changing. So it could be the death of a way of life, the death of a relationship, or a way of relating to someone. So there's going to be some changes. It's possible that you meet someone new and you wind up, and you're worried about leaving someone who's really sensitive. How are they going to deal with it? If I leave this person for someone else, are they going to be okay? Because you see this queen, she's looking at the hangman and she's looking at the tower, so she's aware of To get what she wants, she's going to have to make a lot of changes. She may have to give up a lot, make some sacrifices. And, you're going to be considering, how is that going to affect my life if I go after what I want? How are these changes going to, what's going to come of them? Here's the Seven of Pentacles. I've planted a bunch of seeds. What's going to come of it? So you're going to be kind of waiting. You're going to be in like a holding pattern in April. I don't think you're going to see results right away, because the star usually means results will come, but it will take a while. And especially with the Mercury retrograde and the Venus retrograde that were coming out, we won't be out of the shadow until May. So April will be a time of planning, a time of patience, where you're going to need patience, but also a time of revelation. With that full moon in Libra, which is squaring Pluto in Capricorn, and opposing Uranus in Aries, there could be some upsets, some surprising developments, or news that comes out, or some kind of shocking behavior that suddenly wakes you up and says, okay, I've got to do something. I can't just exist. I can't exist in the current situation. I have to make some changes. So I don't fear the Tower, but just know that there's going to be some major restructuring, major change. And if anything, it's just preventing you from, it's getting you off the wrong path so that you can get on the right path. And you have this Star and the Nine of Cups. So I think the future is going to be a lot better once you get through this Tower experience. Once you get through the wake-up call. Once you start to, you know what they say, seek the truth and the truth will set you free. When you see the truth in a situation, you can't deny it anymore. You can't deny, what's in your face. So, and that will prompt you to act, and it will prompt you to want to make changes. The best way, it's better to be an agent of change than a victim of change. So think about where you want to go in April. Think about what you want to do, and think about a plan on how to get there, but don't take action until May. But you could start doing the prep work now, and planting the seeds. This is a card about planting seeds. So April is a time for you to plant seeds with the idea that the future, they'll be fulfilled in the future. So if it's a seed of a relationship, maybe you have to leave one relationship to meet the ideal relationship. Maybe you have to make some sacrifices, give up some things, like some people, or give up a relationship that's not working. Give up a job that's not working. Give up a home even, a lifestyle, a career. Because the Hangman is about giving something up for something better. But the promise is the Star and the Nine of Cups. So you can achieve your dream and you can achieve your goal. But it's going to come with major change and some sacrifice. Where you're going to have to give some things up to get what you want. But I think that the ultimate outcome will be positive. So don't be afraid of the changes. And don't try to rush things in April. We'll see what happens when we get to May. But so April is going to be, okay, I understand, I see the truth, I know what I need to do. And you start building a plan. Down the road, it may take a while to develop, but eventually you're going to get there. And you have some support. You have these two kings and the queen. So there'll be people around you that are there, that are going to be there, especially this king and the queen. I think they're going to be good advisors for you. They're going to be there to nurture you and to, because they're so compassionate. The cup signs the water signs are so compassionate, and they're so giving. So I think you're going to have people around you that are really going to be there for you. They're going to have your back. So I wouldn't worry about whatever you're leaving behind. You're going to be moving toward more supportive people. So that's my forecast for April, Capricorn. I wish you the best of luck, and I wish you love, and I hope that you see the truth and move into something more profitable and more prosperous for you, so that you get on the right track in April. And I hope this reading was a help to you, and I will talk to you again in May. Thank you.